Hi, people who are successful have been able to develop good habits, the ability to focus their effort and attention, and they find inspiration and purpose in something bigger than themselves. In this episode, we are going to talk about 7 techniques coming from Japan to help you overcome laziness and be the successful person you want to be. So stay tuned. Welcome to Careers Cast, and today we are going to talk about how to overcome laziness and become more successful professionally, more successful in life. My name is Marcio Saito. I have been an engineer, an entrepreneur, a CTO, director at Google, and I'm here to help you acquire some of the skills needed for you to be successful in your career. And as you can tell, I have some Japanese ancestry. I am a grandchild of Japanese immigrants to Brazil. I was born in Brazil, but I identify with the Japanese culture, a culture of discipline, cooperation, respect. And because of that, some of the concepts in Japanese culture have been brought to the West to improve time management in our lives and to improve the way we run our lives. And today we are going to look at 7 of those concepts. So the first concept you're going to look at is Ikigai. Ikigai translates to purpose in life. And I think one of the big challenges we have, particularly young people, is you haven't yet had the opportunity to find your purpose in life. And it's very difficult to be inspired, to be motivated, to be effective, right? If you're doing things without having that focus. So it is important for you to look for your purpose in life. And that's something that can change over time, but it's important for you to have one today. And two authors, Miralles and Garcia, they went to Okinawa, which is an island in Japan. They studied the life of people there, and they wrote a book called Ikigai that provides a framework for you to guide your career decisions. And it's on the screen. It's basically the intersection of 4 big circles, and the intersection in the middle is your Ikigai, right? So if you find your sweet spot, you're gonna be doing something that you love to do, something that you do very well, something that helps society. And if all those things are true, then society is going to pay you back, is going to compensate you for the work you do. And the goal in a professional career is really to find that intersection where you're doing everything with passion, with a sense of mission, with something that matches your vocation and gives you a profession for you to both fulfill your goals as well as help you to be a good participant in society. And I do have a video specific about finding your Ikigai, which I'm going to point at the end of this video. The second concept you're going to look at is Kaizen. Kaizen is continuous improvement. And I think one of the challenges we have, particularly tackling complex big tasks, is that we tend to have this superhero mentality, right? Tomorrow I'm gonna do everything, right? And practice shows that it's much better, much more efficient, and it's a lot healthier for you to focus on doing small improvements over a long period of time. If you look at the screen, I have a calculation there. And one of the challenges we have when tackling complex tasks is procrastination, right? We wake up in the morning and we say, I'm going to work on this tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you say, I'm going to work on this tomorrow. And if you don't improve every day over a period of 1 year, you end up exactly the same place you were in the beginning, right? Zero improvement. Now, let's say you wake up in the morning and you make the time, right, to say, today I'm going to invest enough time and effort to do a 1% improvement towards my goal. Be it learning a new language, acquiring a new skill, finishing your taxes, whatever it is. If you do a 1% improvement every day, it's 1.01 to the power 365, and you end up 38 times better than where you started. So 1% a day is the difference between stagnation or being 38 times better than when you started, and that's the power of Kaizen, of continuous improvement. The third technique is the Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique was created by an author, Cirillo, And he called Pomodoro because he was inspired by the kitchen clock, which had the shape of a tomato. Tomato in Italian is Pomodoro. But basically, what he's proposing is a framework for you to better manage your time. So if you're doing something that requires your focus, your attention, the suggestion is break it in pieces of 25 minutes. And then for every 25 minutes of work, focus work, take a 5 minutes break. And then after four Pomodoros, right, four cycles of half an hour, take a longer break. The Pomodoro technique adds some structure that will help you to be more productive, will help you to increase your focus and reduce burnout. The fourth technique is Hara Hachi Bu, which translates to eat to 80% full, and that can lead to increased levels of energy and reduce the feelings of sluggishness after meals. And I would go further than that. I would expand that not only for food, but I think that can be applied to other domains in life as well, right? If you have a budget, get used to using 80% of your budget and having 20 in reserve. If you're an athlete, don't go 100% every day. That you end up hurting you. Go 80% and keep 20% in reserve, right? I think that's a good principle to a lot of things in life. Number five, the technique number five is Shushing. Shushing is translates to a beginner's mindset, approaching any task with curiosity, with an open mind, and then that can help you to break free from old habits and overcome inertia. Right? One of the things we do, especially if we do something repeatedly, is we stop thinking about it and we delegate it to the part of our brain that does not think. And we miss the opportunity to learn, we miss the opportunity to improve the way we do things. So every time you're approaching a task, approach it with an open mind and try to see it as if it was the first time. That's a good technique for you to learn how to do things better. The number six technique we're going to look at is Wabi Sabi. Wabi Sabi is about the art of impermanence. And this principle is about embracing imperfection. That can help you reduce stress, reduce your pressure for perfectionism, allows for more comfortable progress. I suffer of that. I over prepare for things. I think too much before taking action. This principle says don't try to do things perfectly, just move forward, and perfection comes with iteration. Number seven is very important. Gambaru is about perseverance and striving to do your best over sustaining that effort for a long period of time and not giving up at the challenges. And you need to develop that persistence, that grit that will help you to continue pushing till you overcome the obstacle. And that's how you're going to be successful. That's how you're going to grow as a human being. One thing I can tell is if you take those seven principles and apply it in your life, you're going to be happier, you're going to be more focused, you're going to learn more, and you're going to enjoy what you do because you're doing it inspired by a sense of purpose. But it is very difficult to take seven things and apply at the same time. So the suggestion I have for you is take one of these concepts a day. That's a week of work, and just spend a few minutes every day thinking, how can I apply the Ikigai principle in my life today, right? How can I apply the Kaizen principle in my day today? And if you do that once a day, right, for a few minutes, over a week, you're going to have gone through the seven principles. And then the next week, you do it again, and you do it again. And eventually, that becomes a habit. That becomes something that you don't need to think about. And again, you're going to find your purpose. You're going to be improving the way you do things. You're going to be learning a lot. You're going to be inspired. And you're going to be better for yourself and for people around you. If this was useful, I ask you watch the Ikigai video, which I'm gonna point next, and check the content of Careers Cast. Is a channel with career advice for early career professionals. I see you in the next episode of Careers Cast.